Hi guys, you are watching the Fruity Ronster YouTube channel, and this is another wonderful video coming from you live from a sunny garden here in Glasgow, Scotland. Not quite live, but almost live. This video is about why I don't do ayahuasca or any of these kind of drugs. What do you call them? Visionary drugs, visionary plants. Let's take a few steps back. So, when I was younger, I never got into drugs, I never got into alcohol, cigarettes, but I was always interested in the idea of drugs as not as a thing to make you high, make you feel good, but as a way to open up your consciousness, a way to maybe have visions and see into yourself and see into spiritual realms and all this kind of stuff. I thought that sounds amazing, and I had friends that had these experiences, but I was also not really into drugs, so I never really pushed to experience that, and I never really had friends that were doing that at the time. I had friends that had done it in the past, but a lot of them had kind of given it up. And then later on, years and years later, I had a friend who was into meditation, spiritual practice and things like that, and he'd started to buy like truffles or mushrooms or something online, and he was starting to experiment with that, and he was really enjoying it, and he was getting these he was having these amazing experiences and communicating with some intelligence or whatever, and that was interesting, but I was still not quite interested in trying it, and I think I'd got into the raw vegan journey at that point. And I also have a friend who's a retired school teacher, very responsible guy, but also a guy that's been on a spiritual path for a long time. And he went to Peru to find a shaman and do ayahuasca, and he did a whole lecture about it. I was at his lecture, and it was a fascinating story, and very interesting. Now, in the raw vegan community and in the Woodstock Fruit Festival, I've met a lot of people who've talked about ayahuasca and going to do ayahuasca, and some people want it to be like part of the festival, like they want it to be they want to go off and do ayahuasca during the festival or whatever. And certain speakers and people kind of not advocated, but hinted towards the benefits of it. I'm personally not really interested in ayahuasca now. I'm actually less interested in all that stuff now. And the reason is because I've met a whole lot of people who have done it now, and almost none of them have I been impressed by how it's impacted their life. I hear these stories of, I saw this vision, I saw this thing, probably with the exception of a few people who, like Graham Hancock, talks about the fact that he's an author, talks about how he was addicted to cannabis, and then when he took ayahuasca it showed him, you should need to get off the cannabis. So if you're already sick or ill or drug addicted or depressed, maybe it will help. If you're not any of those and you're just kind of bored and looking for some ego satisfying information about yourself, I don't know if it's worth the potential risk of any damage that it might do, because it is obviously a poison. If putting out a video like this in this community, a lot of people are going to be really resistant to that, and they're going to say, oh no, ayahuasca was great, or blah blah blah, or it's natural, or it's good, or whatever. But honestly, I've never seen anyone come out of it and thought, I think people have they have a nice experience, they have a good experience, but it's almost like when some people go to Vipassana meditation or something, if the choice is Vipassana, going to a random Vipassana retreat, 10 hours a day meditation for 7 days or whatever, or meditating for 20 minutes a day for every day of your life, then meditation for 20 minutes a day, every day, is thousands of times more powerful, more beneficial than a Vipassana retreat. But people want some kind of instant enlightenment or something, or they hear about spiritual stuff and they want to get it straight away, or they want visions straight away, they want to open up their third eye, they want to have a Kundalini awakening, they want to feel total transcendent consciousness or whatever straight away, so they go to drugs and they go to ayahuasca and stuff. Meanwhile, they don't have the system, they've not developed the internal system, the energy, the groundedness to be able to deal with any of that. And as I say, I don't see people like taking ayahuasca and then all of a sudden they're going and having this amazing life and everything's changing for them. I think a lot of people know kind of what they have to do, what they should be doing, what they want to do, and I don't know if ayahuasca is going to like help you out in that endeavour. At the same time, if you're simply looking for, if you are in a really bad way, it might be something to help you with, if you're depressed and addicted and things like that. Also, if you're resistant to the idea of I don't know, that there's more to you than you think, perhaps it'll open you up to that as well. But it's not something I'm desperate to try. If it was thrust upon me or the situation seemed right, then maybe I would. But I'm not looking to buy it over the internet and experiment with it right now. So that's really my thoughts in a nutshell. And really, I remember speaking to another guy about this, another raw vegan. In fact, it was John Kozak from the Double Organic, and I think he met some people or whatever, and they were going back to taking drugs, and one of them was raw vegan, but they were going back into like taking drugs and stuff, and he was just like, I'm not into that. I don't take drugs, you know. I'm into my health. So I'm inspired by John, also to follow that line really, but it falls in line with what I want as well. Taking poisonous drugs and things, the highest highs in life will come from not only eating the best diet, but creating experiences where you're around the best people, where you're doing great things, achieving great things, and you might not get the incredible one-off highs, but you'll get a real sense of satisfaction from having done that. And in terms of looking for a spiritual connection, then it comes from building that through practice on a daily basis for years and years and years on end, and being conscious about your life as well, being conscious about the experiences of your life as being part of a journey or part of a karmic debt, if you want to call it that, that you are fulfilling, that you are and taking that and bringing that in and using that as part of your spiritual life, as part of seeing it that way. But looking for the key to open up your entire consciousness and stuff straight away is impatient. It's possibly dangerous. It could really put you out of sorts for a long time, and you don't need that, meditation and spiritual practice does not always lead to incredible transcendent experiences, but the whole point of it is that it helps you in the world, and we're here in the world, whatever the truth is out there. We are right here now in the world. When you wake up in the morning, you're here in your body. You're always coming back to your body. Whatever you're doing, whatever your consciousness is going out to do, you're always returning here for the duration of this life. So maybe that's a message that you need to do something with your life here, with who you are here. And does ayahuasca help you with that? If it does, then it's a good thing. If it's not going to help you with what you're doing in your life right now and becoming a better person, more effective in this life to do things and create good in the world and create a good life for yourself, then maybe it's not the right thing to do. You've been watching the Ronnie Fruity Ronster channel, and let me know what you want to see in the future. Put some comments below. Let me know what kind of videos you would like. I will endeavour to serve you with some information on the raw vegan diet, on things that will help your health journey, and hope to speak to more of you soon and connect more in the future. Thank you.